Hello. We're jumping right into it. Not sure how long I'm gonna have to live stream. Maybe about half an hour. Maybe about 40 minutes. We'll see. All right. So let's keep working on ritual stuff. Sounds like broken glass. That's got to change. All right. So we are making Eldrathrium stuff here. Does not get consumed when used in a ritual. Using a ritual that generates fuel sources. Unique sigil used as a catalyst for rituals does not get consumed. So I have too many statements here. This part. Let's get rid of this part. Let's get rid of that for now. All right, that's better. Ah, that's looking so much better. So much better. All right, now the test. I already know it's gonna try and eat this if we use it in a ritual. Let's make it to where it does not eat the Eldrathrium sigil. So we're gonna go to any one of these, right in the attempt block consumption. Trying to think of the easiest way to do this. So this block consumption eats up magic runes, different types of mana torches, the mana lantern. Here we go. So if block is block ritual sigil and oh, you know what? I gotta think this through. So if it equals this, here we'll do and kind of put it in brackets, and it does not equal. There we go. So it should only consume the standard stone, but if it's one of the Eldrathrium ones, it will not consume it. Bam. One addition to an if statement made the Eldrathrium work. Let's test it. Let's create the ritual of runic power. Let's get a chiseled stone. Why don't I see it? Okay, there it is. Man, this creative world, oof, it's getting rough. All right, get rid of that. Nope, we're fixing the broken glass. We're fixing that broken glass sound right now. I can't hear broken glass with it. All right, where is it? Sounds, here we go. Ice, really? Ice? Place snow, I guess that's fine. Why don't I do... Ooh, let's take a look at some things here. Why don't we do like a stone for the stone and metal for the metal? Walk stone, shoot. I guess that's good. We will actually copy all of this. Go back into here. So instead of sounds, we're going to do a... I'm not going to do it by type. I'm gonna see what this is like. Here, reload. We're gonna pause the music as well. Come on, baby. All right. I hate it. I hate it. What about like copper? Let's get rid of that. I guess it's the sound we'll use. Ugh. Ugh. What about some stairs? I guess we will be expanding the sounds a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna get some of the stone sounds in there. All right. Where is it? Where'd it go? Right here. I'm gonna copy this. We're gonna do sounds by type. Pop this in. So we are gonna look for wildcard dash wildcard copy, comma, paste. So this is gonna be enchanted stone. This is going to be Eldrathnium. So the walk is still stone, huh? Let me see what an actual stone block has for sounds. Assets, survival, block types, stone, cobble, why not? A nice cobblestone. That's it. Just walk. Just walk stone. And then pickaxe. That's all it is? Am I being overzealous with the block in place and everything? What if I do just walk stone on all of it? Oh, damn it. Did the wrong thing. Meant to do it up here. Let's see what this sounds like. Reload. Open up this soda. Man, it does not feel like a Monday. Feels like it should be a Wednesday. It's the Vice count again. Hey, Nanotech, how's it going? Man, it's cold in my game room. Whew. Feel my finger movements starting to slow down. All right, so there's that. Let's pull out. Get rid of that copper. I can't hear anything. Hold on. You know what? I like it. It really does have the. It is the stone sound. All right. So now let's do the Ritual of Runic Power. Oh, it doesn't have. I didn't bring that system over either. The highlight system. No. Still working for this, right? No, it's not working at all. No. I'm gonna have to reconnect those dots. No. Oh man. Hey Dilly, how's it going? I'm sitting in a cozy 17.7 degrees Celsius. Oh, 64. I don't know, man. It feels cold in this game room. That's all I have to say. I think it's like 40 something. Probably not in here. You know, naturally it's gonna be warmer, but it's cold enough for me to have a hoodie on. Oof, my poor fingers. All right, let's see what I messed up. Let's take a look. Put on a different song. Let me put on a classic. A classic. All right, so it should be within here. Multi-block structures, minor ritual of creation. That should be good. Let's get the block entity. Take a look at that. block entity right there. And if the block has the attributes plus the first code part, which would be... Oh, that would be incorrect. It's now the second code part. Let me just do a quick search here. Yeah, see, all of this is going to be different. So it's going to be code part 2. We're going to change these as well, even though it's commented out. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a sigil for the ritual of creation or not. Oh yeah, and I gotta put this back low. Need to crank up ViesCraft settings, let it heat up, right? That'd keep me plenty warm. Plenty warm. Although with how expensive electricity's becoming, I'll bundle up. I will bundle. All right, so we are gonna do this. Yeah, this would make sense. Could have just done a search and replace, I'm pretty sure. Oops, not 21. All right, so that should be everything. For this to actually work, we're just going to save and quit. Vice, what do you do for work? Something coding or IT related? I'm actually a network engineer for hospitals. So I build the network infrastructure. I deal with the wireless voice over IP switches. Right now, we're getting an Amazon Web Service circuit for our. We have an Epic deployment that we're doing, which has been a lot of fun. Switching to OSPF, BGP, it's interesting. It's interesting because like there's another hospital that we're with, so we're doing this thing where like we are going to be the backup for each other without stepping on each other's subnets, because two different hospitals, right? You have some overlap in your subnets, but we're making magic happen. 2,000 plus LLC in a single block entity. But what you can't see here, Nanotech, is that each sliver, each pixel is actually 100 slivers. Yeah, BGP routing. Yep. Yep, that and OSPF. We're using OSPF with our intrasites, all of our medical office buildings and whatnot. And then BGP is, of course, you know, being handled for our AWS circuits and the big boy stuff. Let's see here. There we go. That system works, and so does that one. Perfect. We'll break that. All right, so the new system, right? The new stuff. You're gonna place it down. We will complete the pattern. There we go. That is going to be our chiseled stone. Now it tells me it's missing the fuel source. We can use the rustic mana torch, the neutral mana torch, or the neutral mana lantern. We will use the neutral mana lantern at this time. Doop. And now it will tell me what the reagents are. So with this, the Seraphic Arcanus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I gotta make magic candles too. Mage candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Oh, wait. Yep. Throw the reagents in. No, it didn't work. Oh, whoa. It may not work. Hold on. Let me look at the transmutation spell for the new stuff. Yep. This is why it didn't work. First code part's gotta be bumped. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, I think the addition of like a mage candle is gonna be great for rituals because it's gonna give a little variety, right, to the rituals you can complete. There we go. That should be better. I was gonna say, come on, save and let me fireball it in. All right, let's try it now. Boom. Oh. So this is an interesting thing. It overwrites the block. Like it's how it's placing the block. So I think what I probably will have to do is just drop the block item with my rituals now. Because before, right, it was just all consumable, so I didn't care. I just did a block swap. That's not the case anymore. All right, let's set this back up. The highlight system is definitely helpful. Crap. Let's fly over here and pick up one of these. Boop. All right. So it's ready, but it's not. Let's go back into the rituals. I think I gotta open that back up again. All the way down. Ritual of World Magic. We are going to go up to... What are we doing? The Ritual of Runic Power. We're doing the tier 3 version, so that's going to be the one we experiment with. Yeah, run center update, new block. Okay, so instead of doing this, I think what I want to do... Alright, I'm going to comment these out. Right, I'm going to comment these out. Now let's take a quick look here. Let's do block accessor in dot. Can I get world from this? Can't get world from this. Maybe I could do. I could modify this. I can modify this. I don't have to put the block accessor in there. I do need it for spawn. No, I don't, because that's spawning block entity. That's not... I think I can spawn everything I need through world. Now, let's go back up to the top here. Minimize that. I could just get I can pipe in world from here. Do something like world in. And this would be I world accessor. I could do world in dot spawn item entity. The code part you just changed, I suppose that does not run on any tick render listener, but if you do, then saving that code part called that you repeat it 10 times would be better to save to a variable. Wait, for what part? To not construct new strings over and over that needs to be garbage collected later. What are you talking about for? Are you talking about for the method I'm in right now? The left window. Over here? Oh wait, left. Wait, this right here? Transmutation. So what I do is I look to see if the item, first code part 2, yep, block first code part 2. So are you saying make these strings variables? I'm watching chat now. I'm watching it. Var something equals. So I have to, you would say, to be more efficient, I would turn this into a variable and then use that instead of calling it all the time to do dot equals on. So you're saying something like this, var test equals, and then block dot first code part 2. Should I talk about making something like this and then doing test dot equals? And then it would be the string. Is that what it is? Of course, put in the if statement, right? So it'd be like a if that, and then put my stuff in there. So that's a more efficient way of now is it efficient as in that's what the industry standard says it should do, or is it or is it something where it's like a visual efficiency? Now I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. All right, while I am intrigued, let me muddle through this. So I'm getting a block here. So what I can say is, you know what? Why don't I undo what I just did here? Because there are times when I am producing items already. So let's backtrack just a little bit, because I'm pretty sure I already have a method to do this. So instead of modifying the thing that creates a block, there we go. So let me think here. The ritual, my minor rituals. Let's get rid of those. So in here, I actually spawned the items already. Oh, I see what I did here. I'm just creating the block, the item stack out of the block, and then just spawning it in the world. You know what? That's what we'll do. that is totally what we're gonna do. So let's go back into our test ritual of runic power 3. So right here, let's not do that. And we're gonna copy this. And amount in, it's going to be just 1. Can I do that? Item stack, I think, yeah, item stack block new name. Yeah, that should be good. And then it should spawn the new item stack with no velocity in the center, little further up. That way it has like a little dropping effect. If the last if statement hits I needs to do the work for all first code part, X times for 0 benefit. Since first code part needs to deconstruct the string and then get a part and then make a new string, you have to do that over and over again. And I can see that running into on game tick every blank returns it, creates a new string which is discarded. Okay, I get you then. I get you. Hey, you know what, Dilly? I am all on board with learning some new stuff here. So, what I could probably do then, so make this variable, I will say, I'll just call it like block name, right? We'll call it block name. There we go. So all of this, do an old search and replace would be block name. Start here. Bam. So like that. Sweet. Man, my computer, it's got a, I gotta do something with it. I'm starting to feel a little lag with some things. I'm feeling it. Either that or I'm becoming more impatient. You know, that whole thing where you're so used to how fast your computer is that you notice the second longer it takes because it doesn't quite feel right, you know? My first world problems with my computer. Okay, so this should spawn the item at my feet. All right, let's throw some Arcanus in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's give it a try. Yeah. Oh, it did. It still deleted that, but at least it created the correct block. We're getting closer. We'll set this up one more time. We'll nail it this coming time. Pop that in there. Okay. So we have the block, the transmutation stuff there. I destroy the orb there. Wait a minute. Let me get rid of this. Because I don't think we need that anymore. You know what? Actually, we do. Wait a minute. You know what? I don't think we do. I don't think we need this anymore because I created... Yeah, this right here erases based on that block position. Let me just make sure there's nothing else here. No, that looks good. So then let's go back into attempt block consumption. This is the Eldrathnium. Oh, let me make sure I connected those dots. I did not. I registered it and I never put it in. Hold on. We're gonna save. We're gonna do a graceful shutdown. Nice and graceful. We're gonna do a rebuild and then hop back in. Oop. Every time garbage collection runs, it needs to pause the game, find what can be removed from memory. Interesting. That's very interesting. You know, Dilly, you may know this. Is there a way I can see FPS based on like how much FPS like a HUD has? Or at least the impact of heads-up display that may be a little too greedy with its with what it's displaying. Control F3. Does it tell you that though? Because like I know all this stuff here. I thought like maybe a specific. Yeah, because I don't see. We're seeing Control F10 shows. Okay, Control F10. Okay. So this is probably what I want then. Yeah, I'm gonna. I wanted to see something here. I wanted to see something. I mean, I'm not seeing anything. Not seeing anything heads-up display related. Every once in a while, Dilly, people have said like they unlock magic, right? And then their game kind of rubber bands a little bit. And that kind of thing happened to me when I had, you know, like a handful of mods, and I had to have specific settings, right? You know, specific settings for my 4070 to be happy. But I just wanted to make sure that my, like, the mana bar that I have, or like the cast bar, isn't like chugging things. You know what I mean? Because it wouldn't be the cast bar, right? Because the cast bar ends up going away. My thought was like, well, the mana bar is always up, and I have like the little icon there. Like, is something being too aggressive with the drawing? I don't know, it's just me trying to be fiscally responsible for my code, right? Just like now I'm gonna go through and start making variables as I go through stuff. Yeah. Isn't there a dev interface option? That are things that render, but you have to mark them somehow. I'll need to check how to do that. I got you. It was just me, you know, just trying to see like, hey, is there a way I can see like the statistics, you know, if like my heads up is right, you know, it's like, oh, I'm getting this FPS, and then I unlock magic, right? And I now see, you know, on top of like health and stamina and the mini map, and now I see mana bar, right? And I see the mana experience, and I can see like how greedy those things are, you know? You can also do debug log tick 50. This will then log everything that takes longer than 50 milliseconds to render and print to the log, similar to control. Oh, okay. I will play with this, of course, a little more offline. I'm not sure how long I have to live stream today. I got a little later start, but I wanted to make sure, like, every day, if I can, to at least hop on for a little bit around the same time. Let's put this right in my references. I'll pop that in. I'm gonna say to do test this with HUDs. There we go. All right, let's continue this journey here. So did I shut down, rebuild, and come back in? I don't remember if I did that. So we're gonna do that fast here. Ah, we had something running wild. Same thing you could do with /debug log ticks 50, the server log file. Maybe want to change that number to see what makes sense. Yeah. You know, it's just like, you know, so many people. And I think some of what it is, Dilly, is that, you know, like upon talking with the people and being like, hey, what's your mod list? They got like 40, 50, 60, you know, they got like 40, 50, 60 mods running at the same time. And then they just added my mod to the server. And now they're like, oh, I don't know what it is. I unlock magic with my other mods, and now I'm seeing some stammering, and I'm like, so, but you got, you know, on a potato computer, right? Because you're playing a multiplayer server, like 50, 60 mods. The patch and over patches, right? I see their log file, and it's just a spew of like all the conflicts and right, you know, so it's one of those things where it's like it's in my mind to like check, but also /stats put an SP. You usually do not have issues with server side ticking. Make them do stats. Okay. So I can just do something like that. Interesting graph when pulling up a staff spell interface. Has bigger performance hits than, say, the Manual of Magic Arts similar UIs. Well, they're similar, but they're not. I had to make it to where the staff UI, I think it had to do with the, oh god, what is it called? The immersive mouse mode, I think is what the option is. The one where you could see the GUI like above the block. But since that's not technically a block, like I had to do some extra stuff with that GUI. That way you could run immersive mouse mode and be able to actually, you know, open up your spells and select whatever you wanted. So that one may be a little cobbled together. Yeah, because before you would pull this up, right? But there's technically no block. And you would move your mouse around, and it would move around, and you could never select a spell in that mode. So it will show active entities and loaded chunks there. You could see if there's a lot going on. That's pretty cool. I gotta, you know, I really gotta get better at like the diagnostic part of this game, because that kind of stuff would definitely help me in the future. Oh, wait, I'm not doing transmutation. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Look at that. It doesn't consume it anymore, and we got our block. Candles. Okay, so that's that, right? I still have to come up with a way for you to acquire this. I was talking about this in my alpha Discord chat. How I'm gonna make you do this. So this is where it lays. I'm too lazy to put a lot of effort into something that you make once, right? Something that you make once. Does it make sense to add an Eldrathrium metal plate just so you can get most of the way there, pounding out something that's 10 voxels by 10 voxels, right? Is it going to be annoying? You know, trying to figure out with something as thin as this what you actually need to save versus what you need to get rid of once you pound it all flat, right? So something like, there we go, right? So napping's cool because you can't break anything that you need. You can absolutely do that if you're smithing this thing out. Right? So do you put something like nappable down so you can see on your anvil and try and be like, oh, I think that's one of the things that needs to go. So I'm not that evil. I like you all, so I'm not gonna pursue that. But I also am a little too lazy to make a mold as well, because I know it's probably gonna take more effort. I assume, I haven't really looked at it, but I assume it's gonna take more effort to, like, you know, because I'm gonna have to have a raw version of the mold. I'm gonna have to do the clay forming for that mold. You know, the conversion process to like the burned version, right? And then to be able to take just the Eldrathrium metal, maybe, and then pour that into the mold to get your particular. But again, you make this once, and then you kind of have it. It's not really a consumable item. It's not like a pick head or a sword blade or something where you're like, you know, I may be using that mold again. Like you make one, you make one. So I'm debating on how much effort to actually put into here to get these new sigils, the sigil that never dies. So far, it's going to be a crafting recipe. You're going to just throw some Eldrathnium into it, and it's going to be like the stone version, and woo! I'll throw the resonator in there so I can trick people into thinking like, hey, magic did this. Oh, and I want to make Eldrathnium chains as well. That's another thing that I would like to do. Eventually. Put mark my mark at the end of your render code, and then you can also test with some... Man, is it Moobot? Like that's messing up stuff, Dilly? Or that mark and see if you can see it in the Control F10 view. Man, I gotta talk with you. I gotta send you some Discord messages, because like I would love to like start doing this stuff, you know, just at least if anything for peace of mind for me, right? Like, okay, I've done all I could do, like it's not that bad. Maybe it is the fact that people are trying to run 60 mods and then adds my mod after they have their world started and they're already pretty deep into it. And because I've had some people, I've had 2 people that it went along, like they had enough for their server to be able to sign in, right? And then they added my mod, and then like 2 days later, like, you know, their server wouldn't start. It's like they're blaming my mod, and it turns out that, you know, by exploring your world and having more people coming in, and, you know, the person that pulled a Magellan and went 20,000 blocks in a random direction that no one's been at and ballooned up the world, and then you ran out of resources for the server and the data center for the package you got, right? And then it's not loading anymore. You know what I mean? It's not my mod that did it. You know, there were other circumstances there. That seems more sensible for now. Yeah. Surprise, large world and lots of entities makes it run slower, right? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Yeah, I wanna make some candles. I'm not gonna make them like this though. I think I want like a sensible candle in the middle. I'll have it where you can, I'll make it to where you need like, for the wick, why not a shifting fiber, fat, maybe animal fat, and then like some kind of magical component to make this candle. Because I just want another consumable kind of item that you could also use for decoration, right? Like a nice mage candle, if that's what I call it. Something that I can put in so it's not just all runes, right? And then whatever the sacrificial item is, right? Like I can maybe make it to where you can get candles in like bulk, you know, like batches. Maybe like one lump of fat can produce like 5 candles. Cheap views. Kiss my butt. Bam. Make them run slash and dot debug log ticker 50 and send logs. But first you need to add the mark. Yeah, someone sent me some of their server logs, and I'm looking, I'm like, this text file is like the size of a movie, right? And I'm like, come on, if you guys are gonna send me like a log file, can you please just prune out the, you know, just give me the log files for that day. How about that? I don't need to see back in like 2002, you know. Like it's like how am I seeing all this? Let me tell you, there are some mods that are very vocal. On tops we have logs that are 50 MB for a few days. Woo. You know, you think about it, you're like, oh, 50 MB, that's nothing. It's like, yeah, but it's a text document. You know, like it shouldn't be that big. All right. What am I doing next? So we got this down. We got this. Let me make sure. So for this new update, right? Let me review this so I got fresh eyes here. Instead of having the 3 versions, right? So instead of the sigil of creation, it's like sigil creation 1, 2, and 3. They were all separate. They all had a specific configuration. We are going to a one-size-fits-all scenario. So step 1, you'll get your sigil, put it down. Step 2, if you don't know, right? If you don't know the pattern, you can, with magic chalk, right-click on it, place everything down, right? So once you have everything placed and it's good, I tell you what the fuel source is. So now it will, your fuel source will dictate how powerful the ritual is. So if I use just the tier 1 rustic torches, you know, I'm not going to be able to convert much, but you know, it's going to be a cheaper solution. If I want to do the max, it's just swapping things out here. I think that's a much better way of doing this. Right now it wants me to throw in the reagents. I can see what your fuel source is there, and then I can tell you, you know, what reagents it will require. I think that's a smoother way of doing it than what I was doing before, right? Like before it was just like, oh, the enchanted stone, right? And that would make the basic rune stone, and then you'd have to have the rune stone to use as a component, and then you'd have to have the advanced stone. Now it's like, you know what, just enchanted stone for all of it, right? It's going to be the same setup. It's just, you know, the same sacrificial block. You know, you're just changing out your power sources. I'm also on your Discord if you have a specific question. That sounds good, man. Every once in a while I'll have something just like pop in my mind and I'm like, how would I check that? And you know, there are times when I pull up like .NET Spy and I'll have like a show on the other monitor and I'll just look around like, oh yeah, what's this? What's this? I wonder how this works. Just kind of go through the code. I think this new way. Oh, and the new this is the new magic ward now. So that's I think it looks a lot better. Like it's a block that's embedded. And oh, it's got no power. Hold on. Let's give this bad boy a charge. Boop. So you know it doesn't have to be like you don't have to have like parts of your floor taken out. Everything I offset everything by 1, which I think it's been a long time coming. And this way too, because someone had mentioned, it's like, well, how do I lock it, right? Because you could just, someone can come from the other side and turn it off. Well, not anymore, right? Because that's technically a barrier block and your magic ward is now on the ground. So the way I normally set it up is like stairs or something, so you can just turn it on and off at your will while keeping whoever out, you know, whoever's on the other side out. That's what I'm thinking. So, what more am I gonna do? I want to make the candle. I guess I have to think about what I want this candle to look like. You know, I would kind of like it to be like the oil lamp for the base. I think that would be kind of cool. And then the candle coming out a little ways, not like a super long candle, but like a nice kind of, you know, just a nice little candle. I can do a light particle effect on it. I don't know what color I'm gonna make it though. White, blue, and purple are kind of off limits a little bit. Oh, this I'm proud of what I did here in my new update. The most recent one. I have it to where you could change the color, and it changes the color that it's producing as well. So you know what? Let's just move this over. So you can have some ambiance with your summon light spell. Like a whole shader swap there. It's pretty good, And I tested it in multiplayer to make sure like everything's synced okay, and it does. Yeah, just trying to give people so what I would like to do. This is kind of like the future, short-term future of this mod. The ritual system has this overhaul that I did. It's going to be a lot easier to use. Kind of sets me up for by including the mage candles. I guess I'm going to call them mage candles because that's what I've been calling them. But, you know, just by adding the candles to kind of doctor things up a little bit, it's going to help me going into making, like, the Ritual of Grace will be the next thing that I make. And that's going to be an AoE heal. It's going to be a bigger ritual, right, to set up. But it'll be an AoE heal to all the players within the bounds of the ritual. And I can start producing more spell-based rituals. And then I want to make advanced rituals, which will be like it's not going to be kind of training wheel style with this. It's going to be more like, I think I know, you know, I know what the pattern is, and then you'll make like whatever the, you know, whatever the designated shape is, you know, place your candle or whatever the catalyst is, and then you would use that to give yourself like a mini buff or something, you know, like you just gain like 25% run speed, you know, for a certain amount of time by activating this kind of ritual, you know, like whatever that looks like. That way you can kind of quickly draw some things for like a burst, you know, like maybe it's like a sprint, right? Something like this may activate like a sprint type ability. I can make it look like an arrow. Maybe. This is a horrible looking arrow. You know, something like this, right? You would activate the middle and it would boop. It would give you like 30 seconds of increased like run speed. You know, something that's a burst where you can just draw it fast. Okay, how much time do I have? Oh, 4:51. I got like 9 minutes. Crap, what can I get done in 9 minutes? Oh, the pressure. Oh, the pressure. I suppose I can start. I guess I could keep brainstorming the candle. You know what? I could make the candle. Am I going to call it a mage candle, though? I think I'm going to have to put a poll out there. I'll do it in the general chat in Discord. And I'll see what I should name this candle. I don't want to call it the magic candle. I don't want to call it the enchanted candle, because I've been using the term enchanted a lot. Oh, Dilly, did you ever see that video with like the mage thing? It's like the poorly drawn things, and it's like the warrior and the mage are behind the wall. You know, there's like the enemy that's like guarding the bridge. I know I'm butchering it, specifically talking about it. I'm butchering it. But the magenta candle. I don't know. I should probably call it a candle, huh? That should probably be in the name. Did you ever see that? Did you ever see that? Let me pull up something here. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. We'll pop up Old Edge. Sorry to see what exactly. I'm pulling something up here. Hold on. YouTube. Here we go. Wait, there we go. So it's this, right? This whole little thing.
Ah, damn. There's an orc.
Have you ever seen this?
Ah, worry not, my friend, for my magic will send him running back to the
These things are so dumb.
You old fool, didn't you see?
But I love them.
He's wearing one of Wormthal's amulets. Your magic would bounce right off of him. Then perhaps I'll have to use
You've never seen
one of the oldest spells ever crafted. Magician's brick.
You've never seen that? Well, now you have. So, set the mood back there. So, I did something. I got a lot of feedback, Dilly. I get a lot of feedback about how attack magic sucks, right? It's terrible, it's useless, it's, you know, you could throw a spear and have a bow. So I gave everyone a hidden thing here, the Magician's Brick. The Magician's Brick. Quotes and all. So, and when you throw it, it yeets. So now you can cast a spell to send your foes running back to the Darklands with Magician's Brick. Yep. Oh man, I love it. I love it. I want to add a couple more Easter eggy kind of things. the awesome magic brick throwing drifters. You know, I'm done making entities for now. I'm done making entities for a little while. You know what? Actually, no, I'm not. I want to make something, Dilly. I want to make an elemental that's kind of like a spider elemental. It's gonna be like the locust, but what I want is when you mine something, I want them to have a chance of them exploding out, and they'll be like loot pinatas. I'll do you a solid, right? Like, you kill that thing with your pick or whatever, you'll gain more of whatever the mineral was that it was embedded in, but I know it's gonna make people upset, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready, because it reminds me of I want to do the Lycanites mobs, right? Like, I remember you would be mining like charcoal or something, and you didn't know when the explosion would happen, but you'd be mining, and it's like, oh good, nothing was in that vein. And then you get the one where it just like does a little explosion, and then the elemental's out and it's pissed and it's trying to get you. Can always make it an option to turn it off. Well, sure, people could patch it out. People could patch it out. But that ruins the joy of the mod. That ruins it. You know what? It's something I did want to look into. I want to figure out how to make a config option to actually disable entities. Because what I did before to do this is I made it to where if you had the config option to disable an entity set to true in my configs, right, in the editable configs, that it would like when it spawns, it would kill that entity automatically, right? So it would like erase it. But I don't think that's the best way to do it, and I shut that part off because I'm like, it's just gonna keep trying to spawn it. Like, there's no like disable, you know what I mean? There was no true disable on that. Now through the JSON, right, it's like, well, you could set enable to false, you know, you could patch some behaviors out, but easy. I don't know how to do it. And Vice keeps saying he isn't evil. Juno, come on. You know, I gave people Magician's Brick. I'm not evil. I'm nice. I'm nice. Don't mind the necromancer's staff or anything else, right? Let's pull this up here. Tool. Yeah, tool rack. There we go. People who have skeletal wands are usually the places you want to trick or treat at, Juno. Right? Look at the glint in that hollowed skull. It's harmless now. It's harmless. What about this handsome devil, huh? He doesn't look too angry, and his eyes are gems. I think it's a face you can trust. The humanoid mode does remove drifters, IRC, so you can do the same way. The humanoid mode. What do you mean the humanoid mode? Are you talking? Is it like a world setting? I am learning all over the place today. So, let me go to like New World. Oh man, Dilly, let me tell you, for like a little feedback here, if we had a way to like have a set template, like save a template for creating a world, I think everyone would want to buy, whoever puts that in the game, flowers. Homo sapiens world. Oh. So Homo sapiens world. Well, the question here then would be how it's doing it. Is there something hooked into World Gem that sees this playstyle in the world config options and then doesn't run anything? Right, because like my, through my mod configs, right, I have the variables here. I would need a way to link it to not, to not spawn whatever the creature is. Honestly, I have no idea how to do it. I would put it in, but I'm not skilled yet. That's pretty cool though. I guess I really haven't looked at the other play styles. Usually it's just like standard, or my creative world's like 300 hours in, so I've had that same creative world since I started the rewrite of the magic mod. My world's like 309 hours, 100 hours, 130 hours. I got some 499 hours for my old one. I spend a lot of time doing some mod development and testing. Waiting for that necromancer ability where they walk through an area and drain the essence of plants as they wither. I do, so my channeling based spellcasting system, I did make that so you can, now I have to figure it out. I'm not that great with shaders. I would like to do a ray spell, but I don't know how to do that in shader form, because I'd like for you to be like channeling the spell, right, as you're and like whatever you're targeting is like getting hit and you see like the ray coming out. Like that's why I made this whole the new kind of, you gotta hold down casting to do it. A big detriment, right? The biggest thing that slows me down from making new spells is actually the shader part of it, right? Because if it's not going to look magic, then what use is the spell, right? If you have your own code spawning in your entities, you can easily check a world config settings. Really? So I could do something for like if people don't like the Ravagers, right? Like my solution right now is just patch it, right? Just you could create a patch for it, set enable to false, and then the Ravagers will not spawn in your world. You miss out on the loot, but that's how I've been telling people to do it. It would be nice to have just like in the text options, right? Where someone could just say, yep, you know what, instead of true, I'm just going to change it to false. And then it would take that variable and then prevent it from even attempting to spawn that creature. Oh man, 504. We gotta find someone to raid. You know what? Each time I raid someone, I feel bad because it's literally, it feels like I'm in a car doing like 50 and I have to like tuck and roll. I have to literally jump out of the car in the raid because I'm like, I'm late. I'm late. Raid settle. Oh, sure. Yeah, let's do it. When are you gonna start streaming, Dilly? When am I gonna be able to catch a Dilly stream? You know what? I'll say this. I already like this stream just because I don't see big anime booba. I do not see big anime booba. It's awesome. See here. Oh, I just see 3 stars. They are a game dev, by the way. Oh, cool. Here, we will raid them. I will throw them a follow, and then I'm gonna have to tuck and roll to start making some dinner. Throw some garbage out. I got some stuff to do. Thank you everyone for watching. We're making progress. Like I said, the first thing I'm working on here is ironing out the ritual system, getting that set up for spell rituals. The next thing, put in your Discord. Oh, there we go. The next thing is I'm gonna do an update where yep, you just came right at the end. I'm going to do an update where I add more decoration type things, right? So you'll have your Eldrathium chains, you'll have your candles, you'll have the things that, you know, like an Eldrathium table. You'll be able to decorate with magic stuff. And you know what? I may actually make some things animated, make it feel magic-y. And then I have a rewrite idea for the new structure of the mod, which is going to be in Discord. All right, everyone. Oh, I didn't put that in the Discord. Okay. Well, thanks, everyone. The raid's taking me away. Next stream will be tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone.